What is up, Friar Faithful? We are back. It's been a couple days since last episode, so we're catching up here. A lot to talk about, but I will try to keep it short. Today is Wednesday, and tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, is the Padres home opener. So they're going to be starting off the year against the Giants, and they're going to be playing tomorrow at 1:10 p.m. I will not be at the game. I'm sad, but hopefully one of you will be able to go check out the game tomorrow. There is a lot of stuff happening pre-game. If you are a big Ben and Woods fan, you can go check them out at Baja Rick's. I think they're going to be there at 6 a.m., which is hella early to be drinking, eating, and all that stuff. So you won't catch me there. But I will try to go check out some of the other festivities going on right out. If that's too early for you, you can go check out Craig and Annie. They're going to be there at 10. So they're going to have their show that they usually have, their normal scheduled time. But they're going to be broadcasting from Baja Rick's, which I've never been in that place either. It's probably one of those overrated gas lamp venues, where you pay a lot of money, but the food's not that great, or the food's just okay. Seafood, I'm not a big fan of seafood unless it's Baja style seafood. So it's called Baja Rick's. I'm sure the cooks are Mexican, so it might be okay. It's really close to the trolley station as soon as you get off right there in the gas lamp. So I think it's like right next to the Albany Hotel. I'm pretty sure I've passed by it. It's got a big, nice outdoor patio, so it might be kind of cool. Yeah, I'll probably be at home, probably be studying for school and stuff like that. So anyways, we're still hyped up. Everything's going great. Couple things, bad news for the National League West. Blake Snell did sign with the Giants, although he will not be pitching against us this home opener. So that's kind of good, but it just sucks that he went to the Giants, one of our National League West rivals. So that sucks. But I was hating on him, and I was like, damn you, Blake Snell. But he did post a really cool thing on his Instagram, and he even liked when I reposted his little reel that he shared. And he just basically gave shout out to the Padre fans and to San Diego for, the time that he was here. So I thought that was a really class act. But yeah, so I'm not a Blake Snell hater anymore. I was a hater for like 2 days. But he's cool. So I really liked him anyways when he was here. It just sucks that he went to the Giants. I mean, I think he has a 1-year opt-out. So, hey, don't lose hope. He might be able to come back. You never know. He's going to want money, but we might have that extra space next year since we didn't go over the luxury tax or the CBT. So who knows what will happen. Moving on. A couple other things I want to mention is that I did get a chance to go to the Seidler Memorial, which was pretty awesome. I liked it. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it. I did sign up for the free tickets. They changed the time to an earlier time, 11 o'clock, which actually worked out. It actually ended up raining like as soon as the event ended, it started raining. I was out of there by that time, but yeah, so it was a good event. You got to hear from Manny Machado, Joe Musgrove, two of the players. The whole team was there. All the starting lineup players were there. I even saw Jackson Merrill. So it was really cool that the Padres were there. They were all wearing their jerseys. Then you had all these other dignitaries and folks there. Peter Seidler's family and stuff like that. So it was a good event. It's a good way to start off the year. It's an excellent way to start the year off on a good note. And some really cool stories. If you go to the Padres website, you could probably check out the video, because I'm pretty sure what they did is record the whole video, so the whole event, so you could just watch it in case you didn't get a chance to go. So that was a really good way to start off the year. I actually got a little heart. I'll show you. For everybody that attended, they gave out these cool patches. So you just sew it on to your clothes. Like I could put it on this shirt right here. If you don't know how to sew, you can actually sew this on by hand. You don't need a sewing machine. You can just, it's a pretty small stitch, just sew on, get a needle and thread, you're good. And then they gave out these little programs So that was a cool event. Like I said, I was really happy I made it out. Sucks that they canceled Fan Fest, so I wasn't able to go to that. Either was anybody else because of the rain, which sucks. Fan Fest was going to be sweet. I didn't go last year, so I was looking forward to going to this year. So now I can't go until next year. We'll see what happens. Speaking of weather, they might have to cancel the games on Saturday and Sunday, this Saturday and Sunday. So if you have tickets for that, I'm not sure what they're going to do. I guess you get a refund or you just get a credit and you can go to another game of your choice. I'm not sure. If you know about that, leave a comment. Speaking of watching the games, a lot of people are wondering, where are you going to watch the game at? And I was like, what do you mean where are you going to watch the game? Just go on MLB.tv to watch it. But I guess the people that are wondering are folks that want to watch it on their actual cable TV, like through their provider, like Cox Cable or AT&T or whoever provides cable these days. I have no idea. I don't have cable. I haven't had it for years. I don't think I've actually ever had cable TV. So it's probably folks that are a little bit older that just still have cable. They haven't cut the cord yet. And they're wondering, where am I going to watch, Padres? So I'm paying $19.99 a month through MLB TV to watch it. So if you're really stressed out, you can just do that. You can pay $99 for the whole year. It's a pretty decent deal. I don't have any other cable, so that's all I spend money on, unless you have like Netflix or something like that. I mean, other than that, that's the only streaming service that I have. So if you're wondering where you're going to watch the game, check it out on MLB.tv. A couple other cool things that are going on is Gallagher Square is going to be opening up, the new renovated Gallagher Square. I'm excited to see that. I will see it on Friday because I am going to the game on Friday against the Giants, so I'm pretty excited about that. I do want to check out the new Gallagher Square. And on Fridays is Party in the Park, I believe. Well, I'm not sure if they're still calling it that, but if you get there early, they have all these beer vendors. They have beer for $5, which is, if you've been to Petco Park, you're going to be paying like $17 for a beer, which is freaking nuts. You can get a whole 12-pack for that much money. But if you want to save some money, get there early, get your micro brews, your craft brewers. They're going to be there. I'm assuming they're going to be in the new Gallagher Square. So that's pretty awesome. Looking forward to checking out the new Gallagher Square. I also believe they moved the Hall of Fame into the new Gallagher Square. If you've ever been to Petco Park, they have a Hall of Fame for all the Padre players, which is pretty neat. I went last year. It's really nice in there. It's not too big. So I think they moved it over there, which I'm interested in knowing what they did with the old, what they did with that space, the old Hall of Fame. Couple other things. The National League West just got more competitive. So not only do we have to face the Dragon, we also have to face the Giants with Blake Snell, and we have to face the freaking World Series Arizona Diamondbacks. I mean, they didn't win the World Series, but they went to the World Series. I think Craig Elston this morning said that the National League West is probably the toughest league in MLB. If you disagree, leave a comment. If you agree, leave a comment. And last but not least, last two things I want to cover or mention is Shohei Ohtani and that whole scandal. I did go on Locked On Dodgers. I never been on there before, but I was like, let me hear what these fools have to say. I went on there a couple of days ago, and they were basically just defending Shohei Ohtani, making all kinds of excuses for him. But some more news has come out since then, and Shohei Ohtani made a statement through his interpreter, and basically was just like, I had no idea any of this stuff was happening. Which, based on the more I learn about this guy, his interpreter, Ep4, it sounds like that could be true. Which is still hard to believe because, the guy basically had full control over Shohei's finances. So he wasn't just his interpreter. Apparently, this guy also was like his personal assistant. In addition to all the other assistants that Shohei has, like the legal services and the financial services that he pays people to handle his money and pays people to handle his, I mean, he's not a lawyer, he's not an accountant, so he has the money, he can afford to pay people to do that kind of stuff for him. So this guy, you know, whenever people had questions for Shohei, they had to go through him, or they went through him. But it's just weird that, you know, when we're talking about this amount of money, that they wouldn't go directly to Shohei. But there is that language barrier. So if they don't speak Japanese, I mean, they have to go through an interpreter. So apparently this guy was just lying to Shohei. He had access to his accounts, and he was basically gambling with Shohei's money because he had access to his money. So, you know, he's going to a bookie. He's like, hey, I want to place a bet for, I don't know, $100,000, $50,000 on some soccer game or something like that. He could just wire Shohei's money, which is freaking nuts. This dude was using Shohei's money to gamble? That's freaking nuts, dude. That's ballsy. Like, this guy, that's low down. And, you know, that was his friend, supposedly, right? He's taking money from his friend without telling him, behind his back. And maybe he was just thinking, oh, well, I'll win the money and then I'll just put the money back and Shohei will never notice. Apparently that's what was going down, which is just crazy. So apparently people don't know where this guy's at, and for good reason, because if this is all this is true, if it's true, because it may not be true still, we don't know. We haven't heard from this guy, so we don't know. But if it's true, this guy's in major trouble. I mean, he was stealing money. He wasn't just placing illegal bets, because it is illegal to bet in California. He was also stealing money from his friend. So this guy's going to go to jail, big time. And he's going to go to jail for a long time, probably. We're talking several years. He's going to be in federal prison. It's not going to be good for this dude. If there's any Dodger fans in federal prison, they're going to be pissed at this guy, which nobody's really talking about. At least I haven't heard anybody talking about it. But I actually, he might not even be an American citizen. I don't know. I shouldn't assume that. He could perfectly well be born in America. Who knows? Or naturalized citizen. Who knows? But if he's not an American citizen, his ass is going to get deported too after he serves his jail time. I'm assuming that's how it works. Go to jail, commit a crime here. You go to jail here. After you serve your time, you get deported. You don't just get deported and then serve your time over there, wherever you're from. No. So lots and lots of stuff happening here if what Shohei is saying is true. Again, it could be a lie, or it could be a half-truth. Some of it might be true, some of it might be false, because, again, you have to think about what is Shohei's interest and the Dodgers and Major League Baseball. If this guy goes down, that's going to be some major money right there for the Dodgers. I mean, I know he signed this weird contract where they don't have to pay him all the money until after, like, I don't know how many years. But still, they're going to lose a lot of money because they won't have that guy around. He won't be able to play. I mean, that's going to be a major hit on the roster. So there's a lot on the line here. And so, you know, they might be figuring out, hey, Shohei, this is the story we're going to go with, and you better stick with it, Shohei. Like, we don't care what really happened. This is what we're going to say happened. So you don't know, right? We can't just assume like, oh, he's an innocent dude. He might be, but you know, if he willingly wired the money to this bookie with his money it was from his account, but if he knew about it in any way, yeah. So anyways, that's enough about Shohei. We'll see what happens, how it's going to impact his performance on the field. It didn't really impact it too much when he was in Korea. You know, he still hit the ball, got on base. He got a couple singles, I believe. He almost hit a couple of home runs. He was only off by, a few feet. So we'll see what happens. Last but not least, the Aztecs, baby. SDSU is going to be playing against University of Connecticut, the #1 ranked team. and they're going to be playing tomorrow 4:35, which may not start exactly at 4:35. It may start a little bit late. It just depends. But I don't know if there's a game like right before them. If there is, sometimes the game goes longer, so they end up starting a little bit later. But it's supposed to start at 4:35. So after the Padre game, you can actually stay at the Petco Park, and they're going to be showing the game there, which is kind of cool. But if not, you got to watch it on TV. TBS, I believe, is showing it, and one other place. So I think you have to have some sort of cable. There we go, back to the cable. I won't be doing that. I'll be watching it at a sports bar. But as a San Diego State alumni, I'm pretty pumped up about this. They did lose against UConn last year, so this is kind of like a rematch. We'll see what happens. I mean, again, UConn's rated number 1. San Diego State was rated 6, I believe, 5th or 6th. So we'll see what happens. They're the underdog. I think they're an underdog by like 9.5 points or 10.5 points. So if you're a gambling person and you're like Shohei, like Ep4, then, you might want to put some money on that. If it was me, I think I would put my money on the Aztecs. I don't know if they're going to win, but I think they'll cover that spread, that 10.5 point spread. So who knows? You can't gamble in California anyway, so I don't even know how people do it. If you do know, leave a comment. And if you want to leave a comment, or maybe you want to send me a DM, how do you gamble if you live in California? Because every other podcast that I see has ads for FanDuel, even those that are based out of San Diego. Not Locked On Padres, because Javier's not based in San Diego. He's somewhere out in the East Coast, so he might be able to bet over there. But here in San Diego, why do we have FanDuel ads if you can't bet in California? I haven't been able to figure that out. So leave a comment. Let me know. I know there is a way you can use like a secret browser or whatever. You can do that. VPN, I think it's called. So let me know. Let me know what you think. Do you think the Aztecs are going to cover the 10.5 point spread? Do you think the Padres are going to beat the Giants tomorrow or Friday? Again, the games are probably going to get canceled on Saturday and Sunday, but what do you think? You think the Padres are going to beat the Giants? It's going to be a tough game. So we'll see how it goes. All right, folks, that's it for this episode. Hope you have a good one. Have a good game tomorrow if you get a chance to go out to the game, or Friday. If you see me on Friday, hey, say what's up. I'll be out there. Take it easy. Peace.